On the Move Unscripted in the house.
What's up? What's happening? What's good with it?
Good. We haven't seen you since 2020.
It's been
right. I ain't seen y'all since I seen y'all.
What's going on? So it's been a long time since we even did On the Move Unscripted, and there's been a lot of changes going on.
Right up.
You know, Blog Talk Radio shut down on the 31st of January.
Oh, you see my sad face? You see my sad face? Oh.
Your sad face.
We gotta let everybody know who we on the air with.
So we're on the air. We're doing a Zoom right here, y'all. Let me just see. Can y'all see? Say hi. Say, wait a minute. Let me get, is it in the picture? It's so ghetto-fied.
Yeah,
say hi. Nice. Say hi, Cool TLC.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm pleading the six. No. Hey, what up, everybody? What up? What up? Shout out to the people that's tuning in that owe me money. Shout out. I need my money, Kiki.
You said you need your money, Kiki.
What's going on?
So it's been a long time. So since the last time, 1100 a.m. Remember the show that I was on?
Right.
They shut down. Spreaker stopped going live. They don't do live no more, right? They're still around, but they don't do live.
They don't go live anymore.
Wow.
They I think right now, because a lot of things are like with the visuals right now. So if you're using something from like what do you call it, like StreamYard or something like that, you know, Zoom, you can now you can call in if you're using like a mixer that has or interface that has Bluetooth capabilities.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But then now you are live. But then if you're working with like whatever server or IP, you know, whatever, so you can connect it to your website. Now you can have that feel like, you know, like the voice op or VoIP, so that it goes to, you know, your phone, your visual, you know, and then your interface. So yeah, it changed a little bit, you know, but it's they try to make it so it's more integrated, more simply to be integrated.
Right, yeah. A whole bunch of shiggity.
Blog Talk.
A whole bunch of shiggity.
Nah, it's Blog Talk is a call up, right? That's just like it's a line.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Plus, people would call in, but I liked it. It was fun because you have people calling in from different places. It was fun, but you know, you just gotta roll with the punches. Whenever something ends, that means that something is about to begin. You know, so
right.
So anyway, what's been going on with you, Cool TLC, and a freaking
rap medium?
Everything in this you know what I'm saying? Like for real, everything in some, you know what I'm saying? I just appeared on Cops, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe 2 days ago.
Right?
You was on Cops?
Yeah. It was an episode of Cops. My cousin got pulled over for switching lanes without a turn signal. So it was like a reality show for real.
Oh, okay.
And if y'all believe that, I got swampland and
I thought he was
yeah.
Look, these days you never know,
right? But I had that serious look on my face, so you really couldn't tell because I had that so serious look, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, in reality that ain't happened, you know what I'm saying? Because I would have been driving, but that's, you know.
No, you wouldn't have been driving.
I mean, why not? I mean, listen, okay, you know what? Let me just stop talking because I'll be blowing up my, you know, the way I get money. So, anyway, so yeah, just been doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? Concentrating on being a rap median, RAPMEDAIN, you know, Cool TLC. That's all. I had to spell that for the people in the back.
Fast, like everybody, you know, like Google me, baby. Like say it slower so people can write it down. Say it again. What you say?
I've been doing a lot of stuff and representing the RAPMEDIAN Cool TLC.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I had to slow. You know, I just made everybody think that something was wrong with their whole system. Like, why is he talking like that? Like, yeah. But I just been doing what I do.
You still promoting independent artists and stuff like
that? Yes,
that?
I do. The world famous Meltdown show is in a location near you, or I mean, well, not near you, but here in your ear too, and you can, check it out. I'm still supporting these independent artists that you never heard, or maybe you heard them. I don't know what you do with your life, but I know what I do in my life on the world famous Meltdown Show is I play independent artists of all genre, from hip hop, R&B, reggae, reggaeton, dancehall, house, EDM. I play some rock and some country if it's got an urban appeal for me. And I just support the independent artists to the fullest.
You know what? I feel like we dinosaurs in this thing, right? I mean, right now there's a lot of different platforms that promote independent artists, which is awesome, amazing. But when we first started, and I'm not sure how long you've been in it, Cool TLC, but I know I've been in it for at least since 2000 and gosh, it's 2009. I've been doing it since 2009.
2006, 2007.
I've been doing it like for real all my life. So it was never a beginning. The beginning way back, if you want to go way back in the 1900s.
I'm from the 1900s.
Right. Well, you know what I'm saying? So it go way back then. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of platforms that are out there, and I'm gonna just say me. I'm not gonna say what everybody else doing because I'm not listening to everybody else's show. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But on my show, I try to give you a range of music and not just stay in one genre. Because a lot of people that do have shows stay in one genre.
That's true. That's very true. I put a post out yesterday on the Mr. Stout channel, and we're working with 101.1 the Fam FM to find new music. And I got people that was hitting us up from all around the world, and they said there's different styles, different music, and I'm like, I cannot place this somewhere where we already do have so many other places that have it. You know, say just like the Meltdown Show, we can have these songs. So I probably had about like 50 people who sent me some songs off of that post that I posted up. That was yesterday,
and it's still growing. I hear it. Did they send EPKs too?
Some I was asking them send an EPK, send and where you're from. I did one of those because that's what the thing most of the stations, FM stations, are asking where the artists are coming from, so they'll know where how the way they can see what's going on in those markets.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So, like what you're doing for the Meltdown Show, like we would always like to send you a playlist and see what you like and see because there's other folks that we're working with that's going along with this. I don't know if you're familiar with Urban Influences.
I enjoyed that.
That's what they're doing right now is a lot of different platforms that you can deal with. That say if you got gospel, you got hip hop, you got pop. There's different shows they have every day of the week basically where you can have those songs submitted, or they'll send them to us, and we can also send the music to other shows, or have a way that you can actually get your music running through a network of different stations.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now because I'm syndicated on several stations now that I'm playing my Meltdown Show on. So it's gonna grow more and more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a whole different, unique style of show because of how I designed it and do it. That's it. I'm not gonna say it's no different than anybody getting in front of the mic cracking it, but it's always your signature of what you put into something that makes it unique.
I'm gonna have to send my new song, whatever we ask. Because you say you do gospel too, right?
I do it all. It don't matter. Music is music. I don't necessarily, because you gotta look at music. Music is generated they make categories because they just want to make it in categories, but it's just music. Either you're going to enjoy it or you're not. You know what I'm saying? You really don't have a choice. Some things you might like, some things you might not. I don't really, a lot of stuff ain't for me, but I play it because they're independent artists. So I don't judge on what they do. I let the people hear it because that's who they trying to get it to.
Okay.
So I don't really judge it about
my new song. Look, I've been torturing everybody. Today's my birthday.
So okay, it's a birthday girl. She's feeling herself. She's really good. But the record is really, really good.
Oh man, it's your birthday today. I would have sent you a cake through Zoom, but I ain't know how to open up my phone. But that's a whole different thing. So yeah.
So yeah, I have a new album that's going to be coming out in May, right?
Okay.
Release it. My goal is to release it on my daughter's birthday.
It may be in May.
No, it's going to be in May. In Jesus' name, I'm claiming it. I'm writing it down.
Okay.
And made it plain. So, and I've already started working on the music. So, but the first single from the new album I released today on my birthday.
Okay.
Birthday. And the cool thing is, the song is called Whatever We Ask. And I feel like we're in that season where we need to understand that in spite of what's going on around us, we still have this relationship with God that we can go to Him about anything. And whatever we ask, He will do it according to His will and according to the purpose that He has for our life. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so I feel like God, I took a trip to LA in 2023. It was like a really faith move, you know, and
Okay.
I had this experience with God on the beach. And it was in that experience where Psalms 46 came, where it was like, God said, stand still and know that He is God. And then, Mark 11:24, where He's saying, whatever you ask, whatever you ask.
Right. Right.
The key thing is believing, because you can ask, but if you don't really believe that God is real and He's going to do anything for you, then what? What we talking about?
Yeah.
If you believe that what you ask for, He's hearing you and He's going to release it in the divine timing, then whatever you ask, He's going to do. So that's what the basis of the song is.
Okay.
A lot of times we go through stuff and we trying to figure out, is God even listening? Does He hear us? And I guess God is just downloading in my spirit that whatever you ask, whatever it is, trust
Oh
me.
yeah, because I be asking some straight ridiculous stuff that I know he'd be like, for real, bro. For real, that's what you gonna ask for. I be like, well, you said anything. Like you already know what I was thinking before I even asked you. So why even, let it come out my mouth? You know I was thinking anyway. So but I do be asking you some whole ridiculous stuff that I know ain't gonna happen.
Read the fine print.
Yeah, I be just trying it just to see, like, hey, can you, and I know he gonna be like, nah, just the way you asking it, I know you ain't gonna get it. Yeah, just how you asking it, I know you ain't gonna get it.
So I'm wondering, like, what is the new wave for, podcasters and stuff? You think?
I mean, you do what you want to do. Everything has become everything has become wide open now. So you do whatever you want, and the people that you gain is who you gain as a fan. I'm not, it's like you got a whole pie. I don't want the whole pie. Just give me slice by slice, because eventually I'm gonna get the whole pie. I don't have to have the whole pie at first. Just give me a slice of it, and I keep getting slices when I want to get some, because it's like, what are you trying to really achieve? That you trying to get, do you want loyal people, or do you just want people that just tune in because everybody else is tuning in?
And you know what? The one
That's
thing,
the Shannon Sharp effect,
that when dealing with promoting independent artists, the one thing, and I'm an artist too, so I'm speaking not just for everybody else, but for myself. It's one thing to get viewers, right? Get a whole bunch of views on your thing, but those don't necessarily equal loyal fans. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't equal money.
Yeah.
So I
So
mean, bottom line, you in the game to make, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Everybody want to make money off of their skill. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, because you got a right to. You put it out there, you want to make money off of it. Now, how you make money off of it is how much you put into it.
And how many loyal fans are willing to support.
Right.
So it's art. So it's that's subject. It's like kind of subjective, right? It's art though. Still,
it is
right. It's still an art, and you just asking people to buy into your art,
to support or invest. It's like you're asking for a whole bunch of little investors, or not. Anytime somebody plays or definitely buys or comes to your show or purchases your merchandise, it's like they're your investor, because they're investing in your craft, they're investing in your gift, they're showing that we believe in what you're doing enough that we're willing to give you 99 cents, or we're willing to give you $15 or $20 or whatever.
Like a GoFundMe,
right?
It's like a GoFundMe.
Well, it's really, it's like a store. It's like a store. I got a merchandise to sell, and you want to buy it because I made it look good in the store. So you know what I'm saying? supply and demand. You put yourself out there, so now you gotta keep up with what you put it. Because somebody said, "Oh, I like that." You got some more? You got some more?
Is it any different from any other product though that you make? Is it really is music and books
No,
and art films and all that?
no,
Is it really any different from any other product that you go to the store to get? It's still somebody's creation.
Well, people used to go to the stores back in the day, 1900s, to go buy something that was tangible to the store, to
right,
buy a
right,
record, to buy a tape, to buy a song, and bring it back home, and then as put it on their record player or their tape player or their CD player and play it. Now you don't have to go to that store. You're not, you go everywhere else. You still got to go to the store to get those things, right? So you go online and people say, okay, well, I got to get this new record, and it's at a store where they can digitally buy it. Because the new generation they have no idea of how the way we used to go buy records. Like that's something that's out. They can't fathom that.
But you know the saddest thing
right.
to me is that even back then, when everybody was buying CDs and records and stuff, the artists were still being cheated. Even back then.
Oh yeah.
They weren't being paid like they were supposed to when they were making lots and lots of money. And then it's like when the independent artist is like, you know what, I'm going to start making my own CDs and I'm going to get out here like Master P and I'm about to go out here and sell. Then all of a sudden the industry changed. Oh, now everything's digital. So now it's like everything is almost free as far as the creativity, and the fans or the people who used to go to the record stores and buy the music, now they're like, oh, we ain't got paid nothing. But that's still cheating the artist. The artist has been cheated over and over, and it's not fair. Because if you think about everything that you see in the world, everything is tangible, from the computers to everything, was somebody's creative concept,
right.
somebody's creative idea, and they put it out there and people bought it. Why should it be any different for artists? Because the world is not rolling without music. Music is a universal thing that I don't feel like it would even be the same if music was to leave the earth. Like, music is necessary.
Right.
It's part of us. So
right.
that too, right? So you just have to find your tribe. I think of that.
Where my tribe at?
Right. You gotta find
right. You gotta find
my tribe. Come on, tribe.
Yeah. You got, because this is where I say we not in a different world. We really not in a different world. Because, like you said, people don't go to the store no more, they don't buy records, but yet they do. They still go to the store because the online stores. When you go to these Apples and these, you still doing the same thing. It's just a different walk. It's the same thing. It don't change. All it did was change the direction of it was, but you still have to go somewhere to get this music. So you still got the concept. What it is they're not buying the music, but you are buying the music. Because you buying a subscription to the music. You buying it, the artist is not getting it.
0.001 cents is not paying.
Right, but the artist not, but I'm saying you still, the concept of they going to get their music from somewhere, a store.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
the artist is just not benefiting from it because they haven't figured out, they paying you whatever they paying you to play your music, but you got to spend, you got to get so many spins to really make some music, to make some money.
That's why I'm telling people still to go and make the USBs, album USBs and the CDs, because I don't care what nobody says. I have been in a lot of cars that still got CD players. I don't know why they acting like the CD player cars all went over to the dump yard. Like, there's still cars that are made 2015 still got CD players. 2016 they still got CD players. Some of them have USBs. Although Brian said he didn't have either one. I don't know what he got. He got a Space Cadet car.
see that
the Jetsons
would have to go to like parts of the world that they still live in that kind of way. You know what I mean? Like, they're still using CDs or tapes or buying records. A lot of us is not.
Also, we need to get over there, these other countries, and tell us to come.
Right.
Hey, I need for somebody over there in another country to bring me over there so I can.
And you buy my CD.
So you can buy my CD.
Hey, we live in the new world right now. If you want to go over there yourself.
Yeah.
Although I don't know right now, these planes fall out the sky. They need to fix that. Look,
ride a bike. Take a boat.
I mean, all the planes to go back to the mechanics and get that navigation system fixed because there's some rotations going on in the universe and y'all navigation system is still in the 1900s. I'm gonna need y'all to fix that.
Right. I mean, ride a boat. Like I said, ride a bike to the harbor, jump on the boat. It might gonna take you a couple days to get there, but you know, you can make it. I ain't saying a rowboat, but you can make it.
What are your thoughts about these planes falling out of the sky?
I don't know, because I ain't taking them right now. That's my thought right now. I mean, it's just you gotta look at it. Okay, who made the plane? Man.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be something that goes wrong with it. Now we got, you know, quote unquote, all the regulations taken off. Now you getting to see what's really going on. These planes ain't built right, you know, and even if the machine is building it, it still lacks to know if it did it tight enough or not tight enough. Yeah. It only goes, you know, once again, we rely on technology that ain't been proven all the way. It gets the job done, but it's not proven all the way. Who's going back making sure this stuff is tight?
What did you say about the changing in the polarity?
Of the North Pole, like saying that it was actually moved over a little bit more, like it moved.
Like there's some shifting
from the alignments of the planets. It still caused something. They said the phones didn't do it, but like you can read it or Google it or Wikipedia or what have you. But it was like saying as if the planets did something to pull the polarity of the North Pole a little bit over more. So it didn't affect the phones or GPS, but it affected the navigation for some planes. Another plane just crashed too, not like recent too.
Yeah,
right. I mean, it's because of, you know. Once again, man is melting.
Failure is going to happen. Yes, we do know that. But how many times in your lifetime that you have heard of more than 4 planes having a sort of a malfunction or something happened to them?
Within the last 2 months, there has been. It started in September. But you know what? What was that day that you was able to look outside and see the different stars?
Oh yeah, for like Mars.
There was some alignments or some changing, some shifting going up in the heavens, in the galaxies, and whatever that is. A little bit before that, planes started crashing or started having crash landings. Like they're losing, like the helicopter and the airplane, all the kinds of stuff. There's some, whatever that shift was that happened, these planes need to go back, take their planes back in and fix it, or it's not going to stop because there's something off with the navigation now.
But that goes
to the airport. They stopping. They
you have to pray like Lord.
That just goes to say that for real, the Earth is offline. Because we got too many frequencies out here. We got all these microwaves, we got all these Bluetooths, we got all these different things, and it's throwing off the frequency of the Earth. The Earth still rolls on a different frequency, and when you tap into it, you throw everything off access. And it's been that way for a minute.
And that's why it's snowing in Florida. I'm so sorry that it snowed out there. I know y'all like, this is not what we listen. We don't. This ain't for us. We don't know how to deal with snow in Florida. Whenever you get snow in places where it never snowed, it's like something is definitely up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, I'd be like, if it's snowing in Florida, just get you some cold orange juice. At least you can squeeze the oranges right out the air. You can squeeze it. It's already cold. Like squeeze.
Coconuts. Yeah.
Right. Florida walking outside like, what is this?
I'm like, put all your groceries outside. Now it's cold. Put it outside. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Use it to your advantage.
Facts.
So my other question is, these little things that was flying in the sky on New Year's Eve. What was the little
drones?
What are those drones? What is that?
I was probably some little aliens trying to figure out what's going on. They probably riding around the neighborhood like, man, we ain't gonna move over here, man. Oh, it'll look bad over here. No, let's find somewhere else. I don't know. They just, between us playing the games with ourselves, you know what I'm saying? These could be little spy planes flying around trying to check out. It could have been, anybody trying to get navigation to what's going on, get demographics of what's in the neighborhood. So, but it's just so much stuff that they not saying. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. We can say it aliens, but They ain't came up to me yet. You little, big
us
head dudes.
all of us born in 1900s, we don't understand all this.
Just don't, if you're an alien, just don't wind up on the wrong block. They will give you some advice.
Right.
To this country.
They doing flybys. They doing flybys. They don't even get out the ship. They just like that. Did y'all just see that?
Right.
So it's a lot going on. There's definitely a lot of changes since we were last on. For those of you who have followed us throughout the years, On the Move Unscripted started in 2016 on 1100 a.m. and then kind of moved to a podcast right before the pandemic in 2020. And so we took a little break, right? And we came back like, wait a minute, what's going on? Like,
oh yeah. I'm going back to 8-tracks. I don't care about that. I don't even care. I'm about to go back to VCRs and just break the whole world down.
Listen. I got CDs for you. I got CDs, USBs. These cars got Listen, artists, they got these CD players and these USBs in these cars. Don't let them fool you and tell you that they don't. They're just trying to keep you they want to keep everything online.
On your car, on your console, and play music now. That's what's coming up.
You said what?
Yeah.
Take your phone and put it on like the console in your car and it'll play music. So everything is definitely speeding up.
Yes, and they trying to get rid of all these cars that got the CD players and the USBs and all kinds of stuff. But little Datsuns is always gonna be here because let me tell you, them old school cars, they last. Them mugs are still on the road because they made them to last. These new cars, I told you that one car I ain't gonna say the make, but I was a brand new car and I drove and hit something a little bit and the whole bump side of the car thing fell off the whole plastic thing.
Right.
That ain't why the 1900s didn't make cars.
Right, but see, that's the problem. That's the problem. These old cars on the road, happy for them. Glad they running good. Where you gonna get the parts at?
Yeah.
Oh, they stopped making the parts?
I guess I don't.
I mean, it's gonna be hard to find an Oldsmobile 98 in 98. You gonna find a whole bunch of parts for it.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
You don't think you can still find parts for the old cars?
You gonna be searching. It's gonna be like in search of. You gonna be like Star Trek, looking for the new generation of stuff going back, trying to find them parts. Because them parts ain't gonna be easy to find. You can find aftermarket parts, but you ain't gonna find the original.
Yeah, you gotta find somebody with that old car.
You know what's really wild? I've talked to people who are in like 70s and 80s and stuff, and it's so amazing to me when I listen to when they talk about the changes in their lifespan. So I'm thinking about us, right? Yeah. And I'm thinking about how we used to talk about the pagers, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and the telephone booth, which this new breed don't even know telephone booth. They just think Superman, but we really had that.
Yeah.
But imagine 50 years from now, right? For whatever is going on now, imagine, is it going to be flying? Are we Jetsons? Is it going to be cars flying around?
Well, they already got them now. Don't. Europe is already in the zone of flying now. So we late on that. America late on it. Europe ain't on it. They own it.
They got flying cars in Europe?
Yeah.
Well, we just doing the drones for Amazon. You get your food dropped to your sandwich.
Right. I don't know if I
dropped off to you.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to just.
That's all we can do right now.
Yeah.
Right. They call you outside like your drone will be in your driveway in 2 minutes. Man, what is a drone? Oh Lord. Who is this?
So crazy. So that means that really the Jetsons was telling us what was coming way back in the 70s.
Right, but before you got to go before the Jetsons. Yeah, you got to go back to Star Trek, and you got to go back to Lost in Space and stuff like that. Because these old TV shows was already ahead of the Jetsons.
Yeah,
so they was already telling you what was coming.
Yeah,
right. You look at Star Trek. We had seen Star Trek on their communicators. That was a flip phone.
Yeah, and the camera, the teleprompter thing, like what we doing right now.
Right. Yeah. Right. This is
they was already in using computers in the air. You know what I'm saying, and making stuff happen. So
Just to get fired.
So
Yeah, I just did it to make an example. I don't even know if anybody's seen that.
so what are your thoughts about robots?
I mean, they cool long as they can clean up.
Oh no, man. I don't want to see some animatronic thing. It's going to be pretty strong. But do I need a fire extinguisher or a bucket of water to put it out if it goes crazy?
Hey, listen, they got robot dogs. So what did that tell you? That's for the people that can't afford no dog and don't want to take care of no dog, but you got electronic dog. I think that's the best thing right there because you ain't got to feed them. You ain't got all you got to do is make sure the battery charges up.
They got these virtual world things now that they can put on and go into a whole nother world.
VR.
And that one movie, the men be screwing the women in the virtual thing.
Yeah.
I watch you when you get your virtual.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how that's gonna work out because you don't forget. Now you saying in the virtual world, right? But you in the real world with your clothes off, naked,
right.
just humping in the air with your clothes off. Yeah. Come on, for real, with the clothes off in the air.
I mean, it's gonna be guys getting busted. We're gonna see that on YouTube real soon. But
and what happened if you naked? I'm just saying this is dark content. But what happened if you naked and you know with these glasses you got to have a lot of room in your house because if you don't you'll fall over stuff and all that. What happened if you start humping against the wall though? But you in the virtual world, you hitting a girl. Nah, bro, that ain't what you're doing. That ain't what you're doing.
I just want to watch like courtside. I want to go walk to the Grand Canyon, the edge of it. I want to see that kind of stuff, like that kind of stuff. Like probably try to walk up the was it the Great Wall in China, like that kind of stuff.
I think they got a virtual reality glasses, and you know they got games and different stuff like that. But my brother was playing it, and you know he playing a couple games. But they got a game where you in the water, like swimming in the ocean, and you can't see nothing around you, so you don't know what's coming up on you or nothing. I was like, nah, bro, I ain't got that kind of anxiety in my life. I ain't got that kind of anxiety at all. At all. Like, and they got zombie games and they say all this stuff look real. I can't put them on, play this game and go to sleep at night.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, this is not I mean, it's good to have, I think, everything in moderation, but I wouldn't consume my life with it to lead a real world.
Yeah, not at all.
So y'all don't let this virtual world thing have you thinking that's reality.
Space.
Yeah, because you're trying to escape the reality.
I would love to have a virtual girlfriend though. That'd be sweet. You could just put her, you know, like take the glasses off, put them down, and she gone. And then if you want to come back over, you could just put them back up. I'm just saying. That's my thought about it.
Yeah, when the virtual women start fussing, you be like, all right, it's time to cut off.
I just put the glasses down. Like, all right, you gone with that. Ain't nobody on that.
She's gonna get right back on your ass as soon as you get put them back on.
Hey, what happened if she tell you that? What happened in virtual reality? She pregnant and got kids, and they take you to child support in virtual reality. They take you to child support, and you gotta pay child support in virtual reality. You gotta work at
the virtual woman pregnant. Oh man.
Right. She about to have 2 kids and everything.
You gonna be
and you gotta always go see your kids. If you don't, they gonna die. Because the game. You gotta keep playing the game. Remember we had our first, if y'all remember, and I'm gonna take y'all back. If you remember, and I'm gonna take y'all back to the 1900s, when we had them little pet things on our keychains and you had to take care of the pet.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Right, you had to take care of the pet, but if you didn't take care of them, they would die.
Yeah.
Oh no, I remember that.
Not a Furby.
I remember that though.
Yeah, but that's what our first introduction to almost, you know, doing this. It was a little more, you know, our virtual reality's always been like playing, if you want to go way back for real, the electronic football games, playing, you know, all these electronic games that we was playing, you know, Donkey Kong, ColecoVision, PlayStation, before PlayStation, Atari, and television, ColecoVision. These were games that almost took you to that world before what they doing now.
True. Yeah.
So we've been exposed.
So what days of the week do you do your live?
I do. Well, what I do is, since it's syndicated like that, I have a place that I, put them up where you can always go to cooltlclive.com right now. Working on me another website, but that's where I keep it up. But on my shows, I'm in different platforms, so it'll come on those different platforms at different times. So it's not.
You put it on YouTube too, or is it only on?
No, only on radio sites, like radio stations. I ain't done the YouTube, all that, because I ain't feel like going through that hassle.
Yeah.
If I'm get blocked or none of that, I ain't feel like going through all that.
Sure. That's why we're gonna have it on a website, like musicindustry.com.
Yeah. You gotta come to check out our site and maybe put some of your stuff or music or whatever on your site, or send us some of the artists that you feel like is really good, so we can do a write up, because you got 50 submissions, so we got to go through this music that you've received recently, and write posts and kind of share them in the Atlanta music industry. It's Atlanta Music with a Z, so it's MUZIC, so it's AtlantaMusicIndustry.com.
Right.
Okay.
It stems from the Atlanta music industry group that we have on Facebook,
Right. Okay.
But we showcase different artists and write articles and all that kind of stuff. So maybe we could write an article on you and what you got going on and who you are. Because you've been, you 1900s type, worker. You've been
right.
You've been putting in work for a long time.
Right.
Trailblazer. And so we would love for people to, get to know who you are. It's important. The one thing that they said at the Urban Influencers Zoom that they did that I really liked, and there was a lot of influencers and podcasters and magazines and DJs on that thing, like a lot. But what I love is what they said. It's like, it's about networking.
Yeah.
And it's about,
100%.
how many people people will share your music or your thing if they know who you are, they like it, and they know you. There's some kind of familiarity with you, right? So getting into these platforms with people who are still sharing and exposing independent artists is where it's at. You might think, well, there's only 15 people in the room, but if those 15 people are each attached to 100 or 1,000 or 10 or 15 or 12 or whatever, and the people like what you're doing, the legs grow, kind of like a pyramid type thing,
Right.
It has multiple extensions. So word of mouth travels faster than anything, I think.
Right. Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So.
It definitely. I mean, when you boil down to it, the new word is network, but the old word is relationships. Yeah. And that's what you got to have. Relationships. You can have all the networks you want, but if you don't have a relationship with anybody in that network, what is that network worth?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know how to make a relationship, and most of these artists, let me just keep it 100, elephant in the room, most of these artists are introverts. They're not that person until they hit the stage or they doing something, but besides that, they're not living the star life every day. Star life don't mean you walk around acting like a star or pretending to be a star. It means you putting in work like a star to become a star.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
And that's where they lack to understand that this game, it's not an old philosophy. It's still 90% business, 10% performance. And the 90% business, let me explain that to the 3 people listening in the back that don't want to listen. But let me explain to you, when you're talking about 90%, you're not just talking about no paperwork and signing and talking about split sheets and who gonna get paid. No. 90% is part of what your health look like. Can you breathe on stage? Do you have a stage performance? Can you speak at a event? Are you intelligent when you speak? Are you just using words because you have no vocabulary? Are you reading to broaden your vocabulary? Are you making songs that don't take you, okay, so what, you can rip a song out in 15 minutes. Do that mean that it's a great song? 9 out of 10 times? No. Because you didn't put no thought into it. You just wrote down the first thing you said. Well, if that was the case, if I was a house builder, I gotta make before I build the house. What I gotta do? I gotta build the frame. When I build the frame, what I gotta do? Gotta make sure that frame is right before I start putting on drywall. Before I start putting in floors, the frame gotta be right. So before I produce the whole house and put it out there, I got to go over my song and make sure my song is a good enough. Meaning that I wrote it the first time, let me write it again. Oh, but you probably can't because you're going in the studio punching in.
Well, that's a different. That's what
I freestyle the beats. I don't write.
Yeah,
I freestyle the beats, and then
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. If you can do it, that's fine.
I go back and write down what I wrote after I listen to it.
But that's once again, that's making a frame. You're making a frame. You can most of these rappers or singers or go make that frame and put that frame out here. The song ain't even really finished. The song ain't. First of all, I'm just preaching to the choir and giving you a free game because most people don't know if their song is a really hit or if it's an album filler. Because every song ain't a hit.
Right.
And if you don't know that, then you're gonna say, well, every song I write is a hit. No, it's not. No, it's not. I guarantee you it's not. Because if you put it on the album, how many of them songs would actually get paid? Which some people still doing albums. Don't ever get it twisted. People still doing albums, but most people are trying to do song by song by song by song. And what is that really doing?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, it ain't no formula to it.
I know. I think it just depends on what it is, what your goal is for the music that you're making. If your goal is only to be creative and it's not, you don't care, then just do what you feel. Because there's times that I will freestyle the music and just put it out there, and it's not filled. It's very unscripted or whatever, but I'm in the mood. I'm feeling the beat, and I'm just going to the music, and I just release it. It was never my plan to make money from it or to do anything other than just release. I'm feeling creative tonight. You know what I'm saying? So it really depends on what it is, why, what your purpose is. Then there's other times that I'm creating music because my whole goal is I have this song that I want to release to the atmosphere. I want to release to the people. I want to release to my fans or followers or whatever you call them. And I want them to feel what it was I felt when I wrote it or sang it or whatever, and so I have it for sale. It just depends on what it is you're going for. What is your purpose?
I mean, I get that. I mean, I get that part, but in a sense, this ain't what most people. That's maybe what you doing, and maybe a selected few doing that, but everybody else ain't doing that. They trying to put out these songs that are washing out each other. So if all these songs in the '90s that all these people is ripping off now and remixing and doing that, what happened if they did that the same way? None of these songs would be out here that you would even rip. Because these songs was great enough for you to take the music and take what we don't take lyrics, but they taking the music. Somebody else made the music.
Well, we're talking about sampling because it's always been recycled. Music has always been recycled for the times. Right, that's true. Yeah, but how the way you create it, because now I was thinking about that too. If you are 20 years old or older, like from being a millennial, you didn't get everything that was really poured into us for the last 50 years of music.
When music had meaning and purpose.
Like, even if we was listening to Michael Jackson in the 80s, we still listen to music that was being played in the 50s or the 60s.
Yeah, we were.
You know what I mean? So that's, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like the same thing. The kids, if the parents are playing music from the 80s and 90s or the early 2000s, you know what I mean? Or in the mid 2000s, whatever, 2010. Because their whole music style has changed and their taste of music have changed in that 20 years of them growing up.
Because everybody loses. Everybody loses 10 years of music out of their life. Everybody loses it. It's not a generation that didn't lose 10 years out of their life of music. Because if you was born in '93, you wasn't old enough you to really appreciate the music until 2003.
Yeah, it's true.
That's 10 years later. You ain't know as a little kid what was going on. You didn't start really diving into music until you was about 11 or 12, because you really start understanding what it was about. So you missed all of that.
So what do you think, with every decade or two or three or whatever, there's always a genre of music that takes the lead. So, and it's happened throughout. Hip hop held it the longest, right? And they still,
Oh,
rock and roll, hip hop was longer than.
Really? Like
Was it? Which one you think was the hip hop or rock and roll?
This is like
that held the lead, is what I'm saying.
Like the 40s, the 50s, like 50s to about the 90s.
I mean, if you just really say rhythm and blues, that held all of this down.
Oh, yeah,
because that held it down, because all of this came from that.
Yes, you
did. Well, if you take it back, look, gospel and the slaves, come on.
Right, but it all came from the same
R&B back then.
Right. If you want to go deeper than that, back to Africa, back to the jungle beats, back to where music was making sense.
Talking drum.
Right. So you could say what hip hop changed a lot of music. It changed it when it came in, because it made R&B switch up, it made country switch up, it made rock switch up.
Yeah. So who you think is going to take the lead now? Like, what's your thoughts about the next genre that's going to take the lead? What do you feel?
I just feel like music is just going to evolve. It's going to come back around to where it was. It's always like a wheel. It always goes around. Like right now, hip hop is whatever they want to say, because hip hop is crossing over into other genres. But for that traditional sound, it's always going to be the genre it is. Country going to be country. Rap going to be rap. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't even, let me just say this. I came from the 1900s. Hip hop is the culture. Rap is what you do. So I can't, when people say that, oh, it's hip hop, and okay, please understand what it means though. Because you just took something and said, well, it's all hip hop. Well, the culture of, yeah. But it's not. Rap is what you do.
I feel like gospel is coming. I feel like gospel and jazz.
I think it's a fusion of a lot of things myself.
The hip hop and gospel.
They never went nowhere though.
Yeah, it's always.
We went somewhere. They didn't. We did.
Always did. Now it's like it's new. More people want to get away from the sound that, let's be frank about it, that is like demonic. That lower bass and everything of the words of that treatment of the sound, those vibrations and those frequencies have a subtle demonic flow to it, and that's why we've seen a lot of things going on with the children who listen to that type of music, their thought process. Because if you were listening to so you headed for self-destruction, you knew what that song was meant to you, what it did, or any Public Enemy, KRS One, we seen the change of it all. We had our party songs. Just don't get it messed up. We had the thug stuff and everything. It was there, but then it was saturated with the record company saying we need this more because this is more effective than than it was in trying to be more like a positive thing. I grew up in that, like the gold chain era and all that stuff. I remember all that stuff.
So going even back, what are your thoughts about them saying that there was a conversation or a meeting way back where they were where there was a private meeting between the private prisons and the music industry, and the goal was to make music that would lead the people into jail so they could get free or low cost products made, kind of like slavery, because that's basically what happens in prison. In prison, the inmates are not getting paid to really create these products. They're getting paid what, $1 a day, $3 a day, something like that,
and not even that much.
Right. and if you notice, a lot of the the people who are on the street, in that life, listen to that music, are the ones that they're pulling and putting in these empty beds, and they're and they're in jail and they're getting caught up in the system. you know. So what are your thoughts about that? Do you think that there was a meeting, a private meeting, between the entertainment industry moguls or whoever and the private prison sector?
It can be, because that just goes on to how many other meetings have they had not about music that they done had to direct us toward that way. So you got to look at what's already been put out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't the first time that they ever had this conversation. This ain't the first. I mean, if you think about it, in all these industries, you know, you listen to heavy metal. What is they talking about in heavy metal? I'm talking about heavy metal. I'm talking about Slasher and all these other different, and I'm not just targeting them. I'm saying that makes that type of music. You know what I'm saying? It's what I want to say is direction in all music.
Right.
So, you know, even in country music, you know,
it definitely does have a power. It has a power
Yeah.
to direct people to think of where to persuade them one way or another. And it definitely has that power. Like, you know.
And if you already think that way, it's easier for you to be swayed because you already see you identify with something that identifies with you.
Even when I go through this, when I do my music ministry and Bible study, right? And right now I'm in Second Chronicles, First and Second Chronicles, which is really almost like a flashback of you know, previous chapters, but definitely focusing on First Kings and Second Kings and First Samuel, Second Samuel. When we're talking about King David and King Solomon, the one thing that I'm noticing is there is a strong emphasis, and maybe because David was a harp player, but there's a strong emphasis on music in that part of the Bible, and how, you know, there will be you know, prophetic or you know, spiritual stuff in the music that will touch the people. The music is universal. Music is, it doesn't even matter where you are in the country, where you are in the world. Music is a significant part of your life for the most part, right? So there is definitely something about music in those waves. Who was it that put up that song that they said if you played the song backwards, it would be hearing some craziness? Who was that?
Oh, they did that on the Prince album. They did that on. They did that on the rock and roll album. It's plenty of albums that did that. See, it wasn't one person that did it. It was a bunch of. If you played, what was that? Led Zeppelin. One of the Led Zeppelin's albums, they said, was like that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
there's something about the frequency of music in the human being. There's something about it.
Yeah.
You
I mean, it's a vibration. We all live in a vibration. And when somebody breaks that vibration, then you can feel it. If I come up against you and you come against, you know, like if I meet you somewhere and I'm angry, my vibration, you're going to feel it. Because you're going to be like, what you mad? That's vibration. Not that you had to look at my face, but you can feel the vibration. We're not grounded no more. You know, everything we got don't let us be closer to the ground no more. Everything you wear, your shoes got rubber on it, so you're not close to the ground no more. Everything is keeping you from being grounded. And the more we stay ungrounded, the more the earth we all roll in one frequency. So if you touch the ground, you can feel the ground move. If you know, it's not a mist or something like that, but if you can stand still, you can feel the earth move. But you gotta stand still. We can't do that. We're always constantly moving. So moving makes vibrations, makes, you know, frequencies change because you always moving.
That takes me back to that verse today, Psalms 46, from the stand still and know that I am God. Because um that little Bible thing that I had, the daily bread, and it was talking about we're always moving. We're always, you know, we have a hard time standing still when we don't know that sometimes you just need to stop because God is always moving. The waves on the ocean never stop. Isn't that something? They never stop. God, the sun and the moon never stop going up and down. God never stops moving. So sometimes it's okay for you to stop for a moment, but we don't know how to stop. We don't know how to be still for a second.
That's always been the problem, and even with this younger generation, I'm not mad at younger generation because they no different than what we was. They just got technology and we didn't have it, so we made it from the ground up. Where you had to meet people, talk to people, and be people. They got on the social media. They can become anybody they want to be. They can not even be the person that they want. They really are. They can be anybody you want to be, but you live in a false pretense because you don't know how to be you.
And you know, another thing is funny when I was talking to the older generation, the way 1900s, way past us, like the ones that was born in the 50s and 60s and 70s.
They in the 1900s.
I mean 50s, 60s, and 30s and 40s or whatever. Let's go to the Super Bowl, right? With Kendrick Lamar. The ones who were born, you know, in those 40s, 50s, 30s, they was like, I didn't like the halftime and I didn't understand what was going on. And I just told them, y'all upset about rap music and all that kind of stuff and what he was saying, but think of back when you were young and rock and roll was the lead. Y'all parents didn't like that either, you know, but that didn't mean that there wasn't relevance to it. So you have to respect people's music. But these young cats, the only thing I didn't respect about the drill and stuff was because it was causing people to commit crimes against each other in a deeper fashion, you know. But I have tried to respect everybody's, you know, I try to respect the drill rappers and Lil Ray and them.
It's that's what I'm saying. You find your tribe. You don't. We live in a world where you don't have to follow everybody's path, like to be down. Like if I want to whoever I want to listen to, if I want to listen to Nirvana, you know, they old school. You know what I mean? If I want to listen to Ice Cube, you know what I mean? Or if I want to listen to Chasky or whatever, you know what I mean?
And that's the problem. That's the problem. People won't let people just be people. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because the younger generation, I'm just saying the younger generation, the first thing they say is, "Oh, what y'all doing is corny." Well, it's really corny because you keep saying the word corny. Let me explain to you why you not changing nothing. When you say no caps, that means, oh yeah, okay, no caps. Okay, you know that mean you know, like no caps mean real, right? You know that, right? So you change the word around to make it fit because it's quicker for you to say another word to make it seem like you invented something, but the meaning of the word is the same meaning. You're not changing nothing, but since you think you are, I'm gonna let you have that. But don't be mad when an older generation can flip and talk just like you can, bro, and say all this stuff and acting sus and you acting all. When they talk like that, don't be mad because you didn't invent it. Quit thinking you invented it. You didn't invent it. There's nothing in this world that wasn't invented. It's just what you put on it to make it yours. But that's just the separation that we do between the young and the old. Everybody kept saying that. You old.
I ain't old.
I'm glad to be old, bro.
Look, I'm not old. I'm not old. I'm just aging gracefully.
Yeah, I'm seasoned.
I'm not old.
Yeah, at this point, we seasoned.
Yeah.
At this point, you know what I'm saying? Like these younger generation better be lucky if you made it to whatever age we are. You be lucky if you made it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You worried about who old and who not old. Well, you know, you're gonna be old eventually.
People in their 50s and 60s with them, the older generation would last the 80s, 90s, and 100s, but now it's like 30s, 40s, 50s.
I used to read the obituaries. I used to see people around this time.
Yeah. Yeah. My external
you read the obituary like
my external grandmother right now, my external grandmother, meaning that I adopt this lady to be my grandmother. She 102 years old. And walking and talking and still flying and cranking trains and doing everything like she was still young. So you think I care about somebody saying that I'm old? Boy, you better be lucky if you even get this experience. Because this ain't even about being old. This is experience.
I really think it's really age ain't nothing but a number. Really, it's about what do you feel on the inside. If you got an old soul, you one of them ones that like, yeah, it's I'm clicking, it's almost over. Then it probably is almost over for you. But for the ones who you still got life on the inside of you. There's people who they look at my age like, Patricia, you still doing this? And go sit down somewhere. No, that's not who I am. I'm a flower on the inside. I'm still doing me. I'm gonna, at my gravesite, they gonna say she did everything she wanted to do and some.
Right.
I don't want no funeral. Listen, y'all, when it's my time to go, I don't want no funeral. Y'all better have a big event.
Yeah. I mean, like, I ain't living to just impress everybody. I'm not gonna impress everybody. You're not going to make everybody happy. I'm not trying to make everybody happy. Long as I make me happy and those that like what I'm doing, that's all that really counts at the end of the day. If you don't like me, there ain't no seatbelts keeping you in your seat to still be around me. You ain't got to give me your opinion and tell me you don't like me. Just don't be around me.
Right.
Why do you got to come and tell me you don't like me so I can be notified? Do I care? Right. No, pretty much I don't.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not gonna die tomorrow because you don't like me.
Right. If I could talk about other people who probably don't particularly care for me, it'd be a long list. I don't even worry about it. I just do me and enjoy life for however long God has me raising up and doing my thing and going to sleep at night. When He says the clock is ticked, Patricia, and it's time to roll out, I'm rolling out with a smile because I know I've done everything that I wanted to do, and I ain't care about it. I'm so glad that you came on and you decided to stop by. I haven't seen you in so long or talk.
Yeah, I ain't seen y'all in a long time either. Y'all look just alike, the same.
So we'll have to do this again. We'll have to you're supposed to sing happy birthday to me too, Cool TLC, before this end. I was waiting for like a birthday song or something. Like you're supposed to sing to me.
That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm supposed to did. Okay, I didn't even know. I didn't even get the memo. You didn't even write it down and tell me. But I can get that to you. It ain't no biggie thing. I can make it happen.
Yeah, I had a beautiful birthday. I had a beautiful birthday weekend. I want to thank all my Facebook friends and family and followers and stuff for wishing me a happy birthday. I know I've been kind of like doing the Zoom thing, kind of looking at y'all, not really paying y'all a whole lot of attention, but y'all know I got nothing but love for you, baby. Nothing but love.
Right. Pisces in the building. I'm a Pisces too. My birthday next week. How about that?
Ain't that something?
Oh, there you go. Look, y'all.
Pisces in here. We run this, son. It's the PIS.
Happy birthday in advance to you.
My brother's birthday is next week, so yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all going? Oh, let's see. They're leaving now.
Huh? So I just want to say thank you, Cool TLC, for stopping by.
Stop through, bro.
And give them your information
about how they can check out the show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if y'all want to holler at your boy, your friend, your host, your cousin, Rap Media and Cool TLC, all you gotta do is see me on the gram. I don't give a damn. Come on Instagram, Cool TLC, or you can get me on Facebook, Cool TLC, Rap Media and Cool TLC, my business page, or you can get me on, if you still got it, because I do, Tickety Talk. You can hit me up on Tickety Talk. It's Cool TLC me. You know what I'm saying? For those that still got it, that didn't give it up. I'm all over the place, or you can go to cooltlclive.com and you can see that's my tree link, and you can see all the places where you can check me out and stuff like that. So I'm all over. If you don't want to reach out to me, that's because of your fault. Because I'm there. I'm everywhere.
There, you see, I had to tip the family. Why family always like to come in and be doing the most when you're trying to screen? That's the unscripted part. Look, that part's unscripted. Y'all saw the fingers. You can't see that screen. No, I heard her yelling, and I'm like, that's unscripted. Oh. So
we still on the unscripted.
Yeah, we ain't know that. Maybe that was y'all producer telling you. Cut.
Wrap it up. They like, okay.
I'm hungry. Well, there's some sandwiches in there. Fix you a bologna sandwich.
That's how you gotta do it these days.
So if you hungry enough, you gonna fix you a bologna sandwich. And fry.
Tell them how to send music to you for those.
Oh, you can always send music to me. Like I said, if you go to my Instagram, it's up there too. But you can send music to me at the THE, it's not spelled ebonically, the Meltdown Show 1 at gmail.com. That's the THE Meltdown Show, the number one. One at gmail.com. And you can send that and then in your subject line, put radio submission. And my team listen to your song. And if it do what it do, it'll be on the world famous Meltdown Show. Hosted by me.
That's that easy.
All right, and Mr. Stout, tell them how they can send music to
some
you.
joints, all genres as well, to Kenneth Stout 71 at gmail.com. It's KENNETHSTOUT, the number 71 at gmail.com. And yeah, man, hit me up on all social media at Steam Beats Radio.
And for me, I just want y'all to buy my music.
I mean, but where they gonna get the music at?
We're gonna support this.
No, I'm just playing. So, in all honesty, in all fairness, I want everybody to definitely listen to the song. It's a very good song if you're someone who you've been, you're going through a season of hardship or whatever, It's a good song to listen to.
Right.
Or if you're someone that you've been praying to God and you've been waiting a long time and you're just like, are you there, God? Are you listening? It's a good song to keep your spirits up, because in this season, there may be things that happen that you have to feed your spirit, man. And so I just feel like whatever we ask is definitely one of those kind of songs that will feed your spirit. The people who have listened to it, they have told me that it's powerful. And that's a big thing, to hear someone say that your music, that your message, that your ministry is powerful, that they felt it, because most creative people, we want you to feel what we feel when we release it. So I definitely feel like it's one of those songs that you're going to feel. Even the cover art with the sun, I feel like that's powerful when it's within itself. And I just feel like this is a time in a season that we need as much inspirational and positive things, so that, to get through whatever we're going through or whatever's coming.
Yeah. And you know what? Because they need to support it. You know what God's favorite song used to be too?
What?
And y'all probably didn't even know. Guys, his favorite song used to be Janet Jackson, "What Have You Done For Me Lately?"
Right.
I'm just saying. Like, he got a whole playlist. I could just run down this playlist, but y'all probably ain't even listening.
Whatever. I definitely. But you know what? Anytime, for me, creatively, when I do stuff that's for the people, I feel like I'm doing it for God. Like God is using me.
That's where it should be. That's where it should be. It shouldn't be nothing less. If you're doing the music, you spreading the word, you spreading the joy, and that's what we bring. We joy. Music brings all kind of stuff to you. And if you really open your mind to some good stuff, you'll receive the good stuff. Now, if you want to hear the bad stuff, that's
right.
it's that's, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But the good stuff keep you moving. You know what I'm saying? The good stuff keep you going.
So y'all can check out whatever we ask. It's pretty much, if it's not in all the platforms yet, it will be. But today was the release day. My birthday, February 19th. Thank you very much, sir.
Pisces. The Pisces run the world.
And you can go to AtlantaMusicIndustry.com to check out a lot of different artists, or you can go to Atlanta Music Industry on Facebook to check out a lot of the different talent. Or you can go to one of my websites where I have some music and different stuff, n1m.com/Patricia M. Goins. So I appreciate you. Thank you very much, Mr. Stout and Mr. Cool TLC.
Cool.
Yes, it's going down. The rap median is leaving the building.
And allow me to end my birthday with a bang. Appreciate you.
You still want the birthday song?
Come on with it, man.
All right. Me. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, baby. Oh, I love you so. 1,600 candles Make her day be true. 'Cause she got 1,600 candles. And they're all for you.
1600.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm here all week, folks.
Peace and love.
Cool TLC. Thank you for calling us up, brother. We definitely gonna.
And I know